Hey everyone, I want to tell you the story of how I got into music. So it's interesting, my family really wasn't into music at all. Like my parents, brother, no one really played. My uncle did play, but we didn't live anywhere near my uncle. My uncle was in Massachusetts and we were down in Florida, and we didn't really see him too often. So how did I even get into it was, I had some good friends of mine that I played baseball with, and they had this is 7th grade-ish, and they all were starting to learn how to play, and they're playing a lot of Nirvana. They were really into grunge, because they had older brothers that were from that era, right? Like 8, 9 years older, so it's exactly the reason why they got into it in the first place. I had never heard grunge, because my parents kind of stopped listening to music past like 1988, 1989, so right when the grunge era started, they kind of quit. So I never really got that in the house. They had no Alice in Chains, no Nirvana, no Soundgarden, no nothing. So I heard all this through these kids, and I was really into it. It's like, wow, this is great music. And watching these kids play, I'm like, these kids play baseball with me. I mean, I can learn how to do that. I mean, they can do it, I can do it, right? So that's basically all it was. It was, all these kids can do it. I'm gonna learn how to, I'm gonna try, I wanna play with them because they were friends of mine. I wanna play in a band with them. And it's harder than it looks. Like, it wasn't really easy for me in the beginning. I had a guitar that had really bad intonation issues, but I don't know any better. I'm starting to play. You couldn't play past like the 7th fret. It was, which is interesting. I just watched John Mayer talk about this in a video about a lot of people don't make it or get frustrated very early on because they're playing with a really crappy instrument or really set up bad instrument. It might not be a bad instrument, but it's not set up so you can actually play it. And I actually had that situation. My dad got me some guitars for free through, people donations and things like that. And fortunately, they were all pretty beat up. Like I said, the intonation was bad in one. Another one, the strings were like this far off the neck, and just pressing them down was like taking a vice grip and trying to squeeze it, and just couldn't play it really. So those are the guitars I learned on. And unfortunately, it really slowed my progress down. It took, ironically, until I got a really cheap Fender Starcaster electric guitar for Christmas before I could even start really progressing. And that's not a good guitar at all, but didn't have intonation issues. The strings were relatively low on the setup, so I could actually start learning and start playing. And it was kind of like a battle too with the parents, right? Oh, I can't play because the guitar's terrible. Because other kids are telling me your guitar is terrible. And like, no, it's not the guitar, it's the man, right? That's the classic thing I got in baseball. It's not the bat, it's the man. I've heard somebody play with the guitar and they can make it sound good, blah, 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 blah. And it's actually not true. The guitar's messed up, the guitar's messed up. Can't do anything about it. So it's just kind of funny looking back on that. But, it's just funny. It's like, monkey see, monkey do. Ooh, I can do that. And it really isn't that easy. There's a lot of things that have to be set up in order to get there. But I was lucky to be pretty, motivated person and like pretty persistent that I just stuck with it. I know a lot of other people that had the same type of issue and just quit. And it really wasn't anything to do with their ability. It was just the equipment was bad. So if anybody's out there wanting to start, make sure you have good equipment. And if you don't know what that means, I can certainly help you, or anybody else that's experienced music can help you. Any local guitar shop's gonna tell you for sure that, hey, this is messed up or this is okay. So keep on rocking out there. Thanks again for following me. Music's on TonyOsamusic.com. Love to hear what you think about it, and thanks again.